All right. Anything else about that game that that stands out? Positive
Oh,
or
it's just,
negative?
it was a very nice day. We were told to expect terrible weather, and it didn't materialise. And it was a lovely day, and the Fleet fans were happy in the sunshine. And of course, it was the ground where we began our FA Trophy adventure that led us to Wembley and victory over Torquay a couple of years ago. So the ground is a very nice ground, and it holds a lot of good memories. So it was another positive trip to Dorchester and the Avenue Stadium. So we were very pleased to leave there with 3 points in the bag.
All right. I emailed you earlier just about football strategy.
Yeah.
So, as you know, I'm kind of a novice watching the game, watching what goes on in the field. And I wanted to ask you about the strategy that Liam, this was Paul McCarthy, but Liam uses. He was interviewed once and he said that his tactics are total football, and I'm familiar with that. But I don't know what the role is of the players on the field in that system. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that. So the players that we have and their roles in that system, how they've been used by Liam, or maybe that's not it. Maybe that's not what he does.
Well, I've never discussed with Liam what he means by that. And it's never come up in a conversation. But my understanding of total football is it came really out of the Dutch national team in the 70s when they made headlines. They got to the World Cup final twice in the 1970s with Johan Cruyff and a fabulous team of footballers. And the term total football was given to them because basically when they had possession, everybody in the side became an attacker to varying degrees. And when they didn't have the ball, they defended as a complete unit. And I think we see that with the Fleet. And certainly on Saturday, we would see, if the ball was going down the left with Tom Pitt, then occasionally you'd see Michael West coming in from the right-hand side to augment Callum Willock in the middle as an additional striker and vice versa. And that's indeed how Tom Pitt got his goal, because the ball came down the right-hand side with Ricky Shakes, and Pitt was coming inside to support Willock, and he was in the right place to try and put the ball home for his first goal for the club. So I think total football is really all about working as a unit with a single purpose, either defending or attacking. And I think we saw some good examples of that on Saturday.
All right. Well, thank you for that answer. I know my question's a little bit kind of amorphous, but that actually helps me when I watch the game, or
Well, I said in my
listen to
email
it.
to you, your questions are getting better, but my answers aren't.
That's okay. I like your answers regardless. Okay, we'll move to tomorrow's match against Weston Supermare. Now they are.
Well, I was looking at the bookmakers' odds for the game, and pretty much universal is the view that the Fleet should walk this one. But I think the bookmakers are being rather generous because, as we all know, the Fleet are still to win that first home game. And Western Supermare, their league position is better than Dorchester's, who are bottom of the table. Western Supermare about 4 places behind the Fleet, so they're not doing too badly. But tomorrow it could be the chance for Ebbsfleet to get that first 3 points for the season, and maybe it's going to be the new signing Gareth Williams that could play a vital role in delivering that, because he'll be making his home debut either in the starting lineup or off the bench. I suspect it could be in the starting lineup with it's a leader at home, and they'll want to seize the game by the throat early on. And I think Williams, who showed a couple of flashes of real danger in front of goal of Dorchester, I think he could be a man that could prise open the visitors' defence and help them to get 3 points for the first time at Sandridge Road.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, in the game, he replaced Michael West. Would he start in place of Michael West, do you think?
Michael West took a couple of knocks. You know, it wasn't a dirty game at Dorchester by any means, but you know, the challenges and the tackling from both sides was uncompromising and wholehearted. And just like Derek Duncan, Michael took a couple of knocks when he was you know, giving his all to preserve the fleet's status. And I think Michael should be fit. He limped away from the game, but I don't think he was injured too badly. And he really has been, you know, playing top form this season. And I think we'd all want to make sure that we see Michael out there tomorrow.
Well, I agree with you. I don't take any game for granted. I mean, the fleet, it's still trying to find itself, and I wouldn't take anything for granted, no matter what the bookmakers say.
An interesting quote from Paul McCarthy after the game last week, when I said, you know, why is it that you can do so well away from home, but, you know, the form at home is so poor, relatively? And he said, well, at least it's different from last year. We were poor at home and away last year. You know, and that was a joke by Paul, but, you know, I think he's right. You know, we should at least be grateful that we've got a really good away record developing. And, you know, we're not doing too badly at home, but we just need some wins. So if we keep playing the way we're playing, we're creating chances, and with Gareth Williams, there's somebody there that can tuck the ball away. Maybe Scott Ginty's getting close to recovering from his hamstring injury.
Right.
And, you know, just a couple of chances in front of goal, and one of those fellows is going to put him away, and maybe that will be the 3 points we're looking for.
Yeah, and I think it is a strange question why it could be I mean, I don't know, again, the opponents that we faced at home versus the road. It's psychological. Maybe the players feel more pressure at home than they do on the road. On the road, they're relaxed. Yeah, so that's kind of that's the question everybody asks, but there's really no answer right now for that.
I mean, my interpretation, and I've got no basis of fact for this, but the way I see it is that, you know, when you play away from home, you play a counter-attacking game. You know, you're not necessarily you know, tearing at the opposition from the kickoff. You know, you're maybe taking some pressure, and then, you know, you build on the break. And at home, maybe there's much more expectation for you to take the initiative and really try and get the first goal and run the game. And maybe it suits us better to play the containing game that we do away from home.
Then I guess we'd be playing like maybe some Italian teams.
Catanaccio.
Yes, we might be.
But I think the home fans might get a little frustrated if you played that way. Because if you invite the opposition to come on to you, and it doesn't go according to plan, and they score a goal, it really could be rather embarrassing.
That's true. But that's actually I like that answer, because it goes to the point of the pressure, you know, pressure at home and on the road. So that could very well be.
I mean, I'd rather go down all guns blazing. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, sure.
I think if there's anybody that can work out how to make the turnaround happen, I think Liam and Paul are the ones to do it. Because they're as puzzled as anybody else.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. All right, well, Dartford v. Bromley.
You know, this is one of those games where I'd like to see both teams lose.
Yes.
And I wish there was some kind of a football association ruling that you could have a no result. You know, so that certainly deadly rivals actually end up with nothing from the game. But if the worst comes to it, they're going to share 1 point each, which is probably the best result because it means that 1 point would evaporate into thin air.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Dart would win, that makes them closer to us, which, from an absolute perspective, I don't think we want to see. But at the same time, you're absolutely right. When you assume that if Bromley were to lose, it brings the chasing pack closer to them. But from a personal point of view, I would rather it were a draw and 1 point just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Yeah, yeah. That's, I like that idea.
I just can't bear the thought of wanting Darts to win.
Okay. All right. Well, I was